Good first half, bad second half. Questions?
Grace, obviously, you had a great scoring night there, but how frustrating is it not being there at the end to help your team win?
It sucks to be taken out of the game because of silly fouls, and a lot of those fouls were just on me, and it was just because of decisions I made poorly. So, yeah.
Just on the positive side, though, what was working so well for you offensively?
It was just we just had to have an aggressive mindset coming into this game. You've always got to score. More points wins the game always. So, do whatever you can to score and win the game.
Ryan, there were multiple plays where you saw Grace or Sophie, dive on the floor for loose balls. What does that do? That kind of effort do for your team?
Yeah, there were a lot of good effort plays out there, and that's what this team needs. We need extra possessions, but it should become contagious. Build some enthusiasm within that lineup that's on the floor, and so. There were handfuls of plays like that we made, but I thought defensively we could have been a lot better tonight than we were. We could have been better on the glass. We gave up some O boards, but this group put themselves in a position to win the game. Against a really good basketball team. I mean, they've got some experience out there. And the ball was in their experienced players' hands late. Went to Lufer, went to Shaw. They make good decisions, and they made some big plays.
You guys are usually a team that doesn't foul really much at all. I mean, really doesn't struggle with foul trouble, but obviously it's really got to hurt when you lose your two top scorers there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we struggle when Gracie's not on the floor. We really don't have a backup point guard right now that just really can get us in something and make some plays for us. And so we'll find it. But, we weren't as organized as we probably needed to be late game. But defensively, they've got some skilled guards, and they drove the lane line. They get into you a little bit, get that ball on the glass. But we've got to be better competing on the ball. End of story. I mean, we don't work hard enough guarding the basketball. We haven't for a while now. And that's just, that's a competitive makeup that this group needs to continue to get better at.
Along those lines, it seems like I wasn't seeing a lot of help defense sometimes, and it seemed to make things a little more difficult. What do you guys have to do to change that?
Well, they put two shooters out. When 14 and 21 are out on the floor, if you're helping off those kids, they're going to make those threes. I mean, those are two really, really good shooters. But there were a lot of opportunities tonight, Alana, where we would rather we like to spectate rather than getting active in a gap and maybe helping. We'll go back to the film, and I'm sure we'll see that there were plenty of plays defensively where just simple one pass away defense, we elected to not work as hard as we should have.
Kevin, do you think you maybe rushed that final attempt a little bit? So that's 6 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I think so. I think we could have gotten a better shot there. I mean, obviously we just wanted to score in that situation, but yeah, definitely a better shot.
Now, do you think this is maybe a little bit of a statement win by them? I think they're picked to win the conference, and then they come in here and you guys on your home floor to openly play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're happy about that win, but looking at it, it's just frustrating because we shouldn't have lost that game, and we put ourselves in a situation where just making bad decisions and defensively just letting up. And so looking back on that, that's the most frustrating part.
You guys obviously have a short turnaround with the game Saturday. How do you get back, in that fighting mindset?
Yeah, well, the maturity of this team will be tested. The leadership of this team will be tested. And everybody's got the short turnaround. We're fortunate that we get to stay at home, but you can't play poorly on Saturday because you lost tonight. It's a long 18-game schedule. It's long. You're going to lose some games. It's not the first time we've lost at home in conference play. So it's on to the next one. You know, that's the good thing about basketball is you get a short turnaround. We'll come to the gym tomorrow. We'll put a plan together to beat San Jose, and it's up to these kids individually if they want to, you know, how they want to move on from this game. You know, what kind of, again, maturity does this group have? It'll be tested. We have some inexperience that we're putting out there, but we've got to be ready for a San Jose team because they're going to run up and down the floor and shoot it and all that good stuff. So we've got to have our legs ready to go Saturday.
You know, obviously you would have liked to have started conference play out with a victory, but to some extent, is it nice to face such a quality opponent right at the beginning and kind of get a read for where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, you have to play everybody at some point. It doesn't matter when you play them. I mean, to be honest with you, if it's first, I mean, we know what kind of basketball team we have, whether we would have played the best team in the league or not. We know what we got. And we just got to move on to the next one.